Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Century Field. It is Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we've got Game 2 on the docket. We're going to try to squeeze it in here as there was a rain delay between games and the ground crew working on getting our field taken care of. There is another cell that is coming in right behind the last one that came through, and this one's looking even uglier than the one that just came through. So hoping to squeeze one in here as we just are tight on the schedule for the end of the season. So taking a look at our starting lineups, Brendan Hill will lead things off for the Mavericks in center field. Dane Frazier's in right field batting second. Batting third is the catcher, Trad Richardson. Bridger Johnson's in left field, batting fourth. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Stuart Long. Drew Stensrud's the third baseman, batting sixth. Caden Jordan, the DH, batting seventh. Zach Angus, the first baseman, batting eighth. And the bottom of the order is the second baseman, Dayton Bay. Connor Daniels gets the bid for the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Now for the Great Falls Chargers, it'll be Cal Cromwell at shortstop leading off. Derek Spring is the second baseman, batting second. Batting third is the right fielder, Andrew Paradise. Josh Lowry will be the call to the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Chargers, batting fourth. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Travis Stouter. The third baseman, number 24, Tyler Marr, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is Braden Hurst, the center fielder. Hunter Hauk is the left fielder, batting eighth, and the catcher, Keaton Clark, on the number 9 spot. Josh Lowry warming up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as we get ready. Mavericks getting the 6-0 win over the Chargers in Game 1. So evening out at 1-1. So Hill at the plate. We are ready to play some baseball here in Great Falls, folks. And the first pitch will be batted out to the shortstop on the bounce. The throw to first is just ahead. No, Hill will reach as it's going to roll past, and it'll be an error to start the game for the Mavericks. Hill standing at second. Takes us to Dane Frazier. We've got the first pitch at 5:17. 66 degrees current temperature with a light rain. So Dane Frazier will come to the plate for the Mavericks with 1 on and no outs. Frazier will take ball 1. Lowry with the stretch and set, and we'll get strike 1. Even on the count for Dane Frazier. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. 1-1 on the count. Here's Lowry with the stretch and set. And Frazier with the foul ball brings up strike 2. 1-2 on the count. So a little bit of a delay in between games due to some heavy weather. It was coming down pretty good. We had some heavy lightning coming in as well, a little thunder. Always love the summertime storms as Frazier sends this one foul. And we stay at 1-2 on the count. Andrew Clausen will come in and snag the ball. Lowry gets the pitch from Clark, and now the stretch and set. Frazier with a hard hit ball into the gap, and it's going to come down between the left and right fielders. That one's all the way back to the fence. Hill grabs a gear at third. He's on his way home, and Dane Frazier will stand up at second, and the Mavericks score a run off the Frazier double. Brings up Trad Richardson with no outs. And Frazier at second. Richardson settling in. Big outfield for the boys to work with. Here's a roller out to the shortstop. He'll get it on the break. The throw to first is just ahead of Richardson. And we've got one away. Frazier advancing to third. Takes us to Bridger Johnson. 1 out, 1 on, a 1-run scored. Lowry with the stretch and set. And a swing by Johnson will bring up strike one. Had some fun in the first game as Connor Daniels came up and did some color commentary, and it was a lot of fun to have that young man up here. He did a great job. Here's the pitch by Lowry. And this one's punched up foul down the first base line. Just in play, and a good job by Stouter to have it in the glove, and there's 2 away. So with 2 outs, we come to Stuart Long, who's in at the shortstop position for this game.
In the batter's box is Stuart Long.
Frazier at third, pitch on the way. Upstairs for a ball. In between games, I had Connor Daniels and Parker Stevens come up. Parker wanted to see what the view was like up here. Here's the pitch. And a pitch over the plate. Puts us even on the count at 1 apiece. Long getting some burn at shortstop. Here's the pitch. And this one's down the first base line. It's going to be out of reach, foul. And we go 1-2. Frazier's got to run back to third. Good crowd of Maverick fans in attendance today. As we wind down the regular season, it's hard to believe that we're just about a week away from the end of the regular season. Foul ball keeps us at 1-2 by Stewart. Gets the pitch. Now the set. And we'll go even at 2 apiece. Lowry was an arm they wanted to throw last night, but decided to leave him off for today. Here's the 2-2. And we build to a full count at 3-2. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Lowry with the set. And Stewart with another foul ball. So Long stretching out Josh Lowry's pitch count here in the first inning. 7 total pitches to Stuart Long with this plate appearance. 2 outs, Frazier at third. Here's the 3-2. And this one's rolled up. The shortstop cannot get to it. Frazier is home. Long will stand at first, and the Mavericks will make it 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard off the single by Stuart Long. Takes us to Drew Stensrud.
Stepping into the batter's box now for the Mavericks, Drew Stensrud.
And that's what the Mavericks want to see, is the middle to bottom of the order as we have a pickoff play. Long jumping back in. Is seeing the middle and bottom of the order bringing home the top of the order. Hits at the top, RBIs at the bottom. Here's Lowry. And a pitch upstairs to Stensrud will bring up ball 1. Lowry at 18 pitches on the inning. 13 over the plate. Much of that coming at Stuart Long as the throw to first is made. Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle. 2 outs, Stuart Long at first. Stensrud facing 1-0. Lowry now with the set. And across the knees brings up ball 2. Stensrud would have a walk in the first game to start his game off. We'll see if he starts out with a walk here as well. Throwback. And our friend Paul Yarbrough, as this one's bounced out, the step on the bag will end the inning, and we'll get to Paul at the bottom of the first. Mavericks earn runs to make it 2-0, or score runs to make it 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Connor Daniels standing on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Missoula leading 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So, the top of the order, Cal Cromwell to lead off, Derek Spring on deck, and Andrew Paradise in the hole. As Daniels warms up, Connor Daniels had him hanging out during the first game up here in the booth calling the game. Great young man. Always a lot of fun and good for a laugh or two. So Cal Cromwell stands at the plate. Connor Daniels ready with his first pitch of the game. And he'll deliver for ball 1. So Connor Daniels, the lone lefty for the Mavericks, as he'll deliver over the plate for strike 2. 1-1 on the count. Strike 1. Daniels 3-1 in the win-loss column. Here's a bouncer picked up by Long. Long bobbles. He'll make the throw. Hangus with the stick. No, it'll get wide, and the runner will reach off the air.
First.
And each team with an error now in the bottom or in the first inning. But Connor, 3-1 on his record. 17 total games played, 3 games started, 29 and a third innings pitched, 26 runs off of 34 hits. 17 of those runs are earned, as Spring will send this one foul down the first base line to start us out with strike one. 21 walks, 19 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed, and 1 hit batter with a 5.22 ERA. Here's a roller. Daniels can't get to it. Long has it bounce off. Bay with a pitch. They'll get the runner at second, but not at first. It's a team collaboration for the out. And the fielder's choice will take us to 2 outs. We come to Andrew Paradise now for the Chargers. 1 out. I got ahead of myself as here's a swing for strike one. Paradise takes a slice foul. 0-2. Talked to Paradise's dad between games, and Paradise is senior this year. As we'll get ball 2. Throw to second, and that's going to bounce into center field. 1-2 on the count. Spring stands at first. One out, 1-2 on the count to Paradise, putting Josh Lowry on deck. Outside pitch evens us out at 2 apiece. Here's the stretch and set by Daniels, and he'll throw to first. Connor, a 6'2", 170-pound graduate of Sentinel High School in 2019. Pitcher, outfielder. Here's a bouncer that's going to be fair down the third base line. It's going to go deep in the hole. They'll bring 1 runner around from first. Spring on the run, and it'll be a stand-up double for Paradise. 1 run scored. And Hathaway is going to come out and discuss this with our umpire. Umpires hid themselves pretty well in between games, so I wasn't able to go down and converse with them. As Hathaway is going to discuss this, some comments made that ball didn't make it to the bag.
It's going to land fair on the other side of the bag.
And we get comments from the crowd. And they're going to call it as it lays. Hathaway heads back, shaking his head to the dugout. So Josh Lowry will come to the plate. Chargers will have a hit and a run now as we get a pitch upstairs for a ball to Lowry. Daniels checks the runner at second. And we'll have ball 2, 2-0. Pitch on the way. And that will catch the plate for strike 1, 2-1. Connor, pitcher and outfielder. 2 years experience with the Mavs A squad, 2 with the AA. And a pitch brings us to 3-1. We want to send a shout out to the voice of summer in Missoula, and that would be Paul Yarbrough. He is contently watching game number 2 from #OurTownIsSuperior. Hello, Paul. Thanks for continuing to support as we get a walk. Put runners at first and second with 2 outs for the Chargers. We go to Travis Stouter, the first baseman.
Number 20 playing first base steps into the batter's box.
Bottom of the first, Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Pitch inside brings up ball 1. Runners at first and second, step away. Daniels delivers. It's bounced to Stensrud. He'll throw to second. Now down the line to first, and Hanga sticks the bag. The double play ends the side, and 1 run earned, 1 run left behind, and we go to the top of the second. Mavericks leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the second inning, Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, or 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Josh Lowry stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. For the Mavericks, it's the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 batters. Caden Jordan to lead off, Zach Hengis on deck, and Dayton Bay in the hole. Jordan giving our umpire a baseball. Caden Jordan was out for a long time, folks, and I didn't mark down how long he was out, but he came back this week, and, well, a debut on his birthday. The birthday boy would have a good game, as this one's bounced right to the third baseman. A huck to first, and we've got 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the top of the second. Brings up Zach Hengis, the first baseman for the Mavericks.
Number 11 in the batter's box, Zach Hengis.
So Hengis sets in, Lowry with the pitch. And Hengis will lay off for ball 1. And that has been Hengis's game here in the last few weeks, last probably 3 weeks, as he's been a lot more patient at the plate. Hengis was very aggressive. Yes, he's going to pop this one foul, and since just before the trip to Billings before Rapid, Hengis would really slow things down at the plate, and it's made a difference in his game. Here's the 1-1 by Lowry. And that one will foul off onto Hengis' ankle. And we'll have strike 2, 1-2 on the count. Had to laugh. Hengis' golf coach, Mr. M, over at Sentinel. He's a teacher over there as well. But he was out at the game on Saturday night or Tuesday night that Hengis pitched, as we get another foul ball. And Hengis took one off the bat or directly into the rump. And I said, well, Coach, you out here checking on your players? He says, yeah, we have to make sure Hengis is okay after a shot to the backside like that. Hengis just smiled. And that pitch takes us even at 2 apiece on the count. I am behind. It is actually 3-2 to Hengis. And he'll have a foul ball. to keep him going with a full count. 1 out, nobody on, top of the second. Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks picking up the win, so 1-1 against the Chargers. Upstairs pitch, that will be ball 3. So I was on target in the stadium scoreboard just ahead. So Lowry now with the payoff pitch. And Hangus sends this one into center field. It is a line drive. Center fielder puts it in the glove, and we've got 2 outs. Bottom of the order for the Mavericks, Dayton Bay.
Number 1 steps into the batter's box. Here's Dylan. Hey.
So Bay settling in. And the pitch by Lowry. And a hesitation brings out a bark for strike 1. Dayton Bay. Very well-presented young man. We go 1-1 on the count. Fighting for that quarterback position at Sentinel, and it should be a good fight this fall. Here's Bay, a line drive into center field. It's going to hop in front of the center fielder, and Dayton Bay is at first for the Mavericks with 2 outs. That swings us to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill with 2 outs and a runner at first. Hill looks down the third baseline. Hathaway with the call. Lowry steps on the rubber. Hill reaching off an error, his first at bat. Lets the pitch go by for strike 1. 0-1. Throw to first, forcing Bay to dive in. That was almost a jump on the fingers by the first baseman, Travis Stouter. 2 outs, Bay at first. Back to first to Bay. Here's the 0-1 now by Lowry. Runner's going to go between the legs of the catcher, and that'll be a free base for Dayton Bay. Ball 1. One and one on the count to Hill. Here's the pitch by Lowry. Bay showing bunt, brings up, Hill showing bunt, shows ball 2, 2-1. See, I get used to Dayton Bay bunting so much that anybody gets up there, and shows bunt, I'm gonna first say Bay. Lowry now with the 2-1. And we'll get ball 3. 2 outs. Dayton Bay at second. Top of the second. Lowry with the nod. And the pitch. And it's a walk to put runners at first and second for the Mavericks. Brings up Terad Richardson, who brought Hill home to score the first run for the Mavericks. Fraser steps in. Runners at first and second. Here's Lowry with the pitch, and it'll be outside for a ball. With Hill having speed at first, Dayton Bay is a speedy young man, but I'm curious if Hathaway will have Bay come down the line to get ahead of Hill. Ball hits right by Frazier as this one comes over the plate for strike one. Hill can score from first. Frazier has to put that ball in the right spot, though. I imagine he'll have the whips out on Bay if that opportunity comes up. Here's the 1-1. And Frazier sends this one deep into center field. Center fielder can't get to it. Bay is on his way home. Hill grabs a gear at third, already there as the ball comes down. And the Mavericks will score 2 runs with Frazier off back-to-back doubles. And with 2 outs, we go to Trad Richardson. Mavericks leading 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So Richardson settles in. Lowry pushing 40 pitches already. As this one's rolled out, second baseman will have it. The throw to first is on target, and the inning is over. The Mavericks score 2 runs to make it 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the Chargers portion of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. In Great Falls, Montana, Mavericks playing Game 3 against the Chargers on the 3-game stand. Chargers and Mavericks 1-1 so far. Mavericks trying to come away with 2 wins and dominate the series. For the Chargers, it'll be the bottom of the order, 6, 7, 8 batters. Tyler Marr to lead off. Braden Hurst in the on deck, and Hunter Hauk in the hole. Connor Daniels stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And his first pitch will come off the toe of the batter to put a runner on. Takes us to Braden Hurst very quickly for the Chargers. So the Mavericks trying to keep ahead of the Bozeman Bucks.
This is Braden Hurst.
Mavericks sitting on top right now. As Hurst will take ball 1. And the throw mishandled will allow the runner down the line to second. Two and 0. And a low pitch will take us to 3-0 on the count. Tyler Marr at second, no outs. And a walk to put runners at first and second. And that'll bring out Hathaway.
Chargers, number 23 is Hunter Houck.
Hunter Houck now. For the Chargers, as Hathaway will have his moment with Daniels on the mound. Runners at first and second. No outs. Hunter Houck at the plate, bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. And a bunt down the third base line will bring up a strike. 0-1. Mavericks wanting to hold on, and looks like Thomas Martin might be up in the bullpen warming up. And that is a number 8 on the back of the jersey. Bunt showing, and we'll have ball 1, 1-1 on the count. Daniels checks the runner at second. Showing bunt. Hangus comes up. And we'll have ball 2. 2-1. Houck looks at third base coach, gets his signal. Showing bunt once again, and this one catches the plate for strike 1. 2-2 on the count to Houck. No outs. Bottom of the second, Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bunt once again showing, and we'll have 3-1. Or full count at 3-2 to Houck. Thomas Martin warming up in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down. It'll be picked up by Daniels. He'll make the throw to first, and it's just behind. Runners loaded up on the bases off the bunt.
Bases are loaded for the Chargers, and coming to the plate, Bill Zero. Here's Keaton Clark.
Bottom of the order for the Chargers. Loaded bases, no outs. And Keaton Clark steps to the plate. Thomas Martin done in the pen. Pitch over the plate will bring up strike 1. So Daniels feeling the pressure. And he said in that first game, the only thing Hathaway asked for is for you to throw strikes. As this one swung on for strike 2. Daniels, 30 pitches in, 14 of them over the plate, so he's just behind on that strike count. Here's the 0-2. And a third base foul ball keeps us at 0-2. Chargers manager with the glove, the bare hand. Here's the 0-2, and this one's ripped down the first base line into the bullpen. Off the fence, foul, and we stay at 0-2. Clark stepping back in. Here's the 0-2 by Daniels. And we'll have ball 1. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. No outs, loaded bases. Connor Daniels working out of his first jam of the game. And a bouncer picked up by Stewart. Throw to second, down the line to first. Double plays turned. Runner from third will score the run. And 2 outs on the board. Runner at third. Cal Cromwell, top of the order. First pitch in will be a ball.
Back to the top of the order for the Chargers, Cal Cromwell.
Daniels outside. Brings up ball 2, 2-0. For Cromwell, he reached off an error his first at bat. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And he'll get a strike bark from our plate umpire. 2-1. This one's bounced fair down the third base line. Hurst will score from third, and it's now a one-run game. 4-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks 1 run ahead. 2 runs scored by the Chargers here in the bottom of the second. So with 2 outs, we go to Derek Spring. And a pitch in the dirt. They'll throw down the first base line. Hangus is there, and they will say safe. Looked like Hango had him, but we'll let the umpires make the call. 1-0. Pitch in the dirt brings up ball 2, 2-0 on the count. Richardson settles back in behind the plate. It was a fielder's choice for Spring in his first at bat. And we get strike 1, 2-1 on the count. Now to Spring. Cromwell standing at first. 2 outs. Andrew Paradise in the on-deck circle. And a bouncer. Stensrud backs up on it. He'll have the bobble. The throw to first is ahead of the runner, and that is the inning. 2 runs scored by the Chargers, and it's 4-3 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavs get to bat next, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right folks, we're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com as well as any of your outlets for podcasts. Welcome back to Great Falls, Montana. Chris Stratton at, excuse me, for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we've got the Chargers and the Mavericks taking one on. Game 3 of the 3-game stand. Mavericks lead 4-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's Bridger Johnson to lead off. Stuart Long is on deck and Drew Stensrud in the hole. So 4, 5, 6 batters on the schedule. Josh Lowry will continue his time on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as Johnson steps up to the plate. So your Chargers infield set. Tyler Marr at third. Cal Cromwell is the shortstop as Johnson will roll this one out off the second baseman, and that's going to be Bridger Johnson reaching off the error by Derek Spring, who is at second. So we go to Stuart Long. So Derek Spring at second, Travis Stouter at first, Cromwell the short, Tyler Marr at third, Keaton Clark behind the plate. That's your infield set with Lowry on the mound. Throw to first
In batter's box number 2.
The Great Falls outfield, Hunter Hauk in left, Braden Hurst in center, and Andrew Paradise in right. That's your defensive set for the Chargers. Here's Lowry with the set, and Stewie ducking out of the way for ball 1. Stuart Long, a single his first at bat with no outs. He has a runner at first in Bridger Johnson. And a throw to first, keeping an eye. We have the possibility of another system to roll through here in Great Falls. So Hathaway might become aggressive here to get through. Stuart Long will swing, did have some contact. We'll go 1-1 regardless. It's strike 1. But there seems to be another cell moving its way this way. And so teams wanting to squeeze this one out. No room. As a pitch over the plate will bring up strike 2. No room in the schedule to do any makeups. Mavericks will have tomorrow off. And then it's Medicine Hat Monday and Tuesday for a 3-game stand. Bozeman Bucks in Missoula on Wednesday night. And then it's a Thursday, Friday day off. The Mavericks will have a travel day, I imagine, on Friday to get to Lethbridge, as this one's hopped up over the fence foul, and we stay at 1 and 2. So Lethbridge will be a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the Monday, the 22nd, is the last day for conference play. As this one hops in front of the plate, and Johnson will go ahead and make his way to second. And the wild pitch will result in a stolen base. 2-2 on the count to Stewie. Hathaway wants him to put it on the ground. Lowry will step off the rubber, and Clark wants time to go check in with his pitcher. Umpire's heading to the line, or to the dugout. He's actually going to get fresh baseballs. Long steps in. Johnson at second. No outs. Top of 3. Here's Lowry now with the stretch and set. And a low pitch will bring up ball 1 to Stuart Long. No, it's going to take it to a full count. I got thrown off by the conference meeting by the pitcher and catcher. Here's the payoff pitch by Lowry. And Stewie, foul ball. This one's high and deep. It will come down in the bullpen. And we stay at 3-2. Left fielder Hauk will step a little deeper on his coverage in left field. Lowry checks the runner in the stretch. Long bounces this one out. Second baseman says he's got it. He's got it in the dirt. The throw to first, and that's 1 out. Bridger Johnson stands at third now. Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks with 1 out, 1 on. Stensrud gets the signal from Hathaway down the third base line. Lowry with the stretch. And Stensrud will let the pitch go by for ball 1. Well, 1-0. Stensrud, fielder's choice. His first at bat. He's going to take this one foul. It's over the dugout, so we'll be 1-1 on the count. Richard Johnson at third. Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle. 1 out. We had that weather come through and fans cleared out, sat in their cars. There's a little bit of cover here. And this one just past the first baseman. Stensrud sticks one in right field, and that'll bring Johnson home. And the Mavericks will add a run to make it 5-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 1 out, 1 on, and we come to Caden Jordan for the Mavericks. Throw to first. Stensrud hopping back in. Field home of the Great Falls Voyagers, as Jordan will take a slice for strike 1. A ground out for Jordan in his first at bat. But home of the Voyagers. Been over here to watch some some Osprey Voyagers game. It's a fun little stadium. Stensrud hopping back. But just like the Osprey, there's no infield tarp, so they put tarp over home plate and the pitcher's mound, and luckily there wasn't enough moisture to really muddy things up. This one's right at the pitcher. It'll hop over second base. Stensrud will advance to second, and with 1 out, Mavericks will have runners at first and second.
Jordan with a single advances the runner.
Brings up Zach Hangus for the Mavericks with 1 out, runners at first and second. Lowry approaching, or he's at 55 total pitches, 36 over the plate. Jordan at first, Stensrud at second. Here's the pitch, and actually Lowry will step off the rubber, and Hango will hang out. Hangus's dad is here. He was blaming me for the rain, as Hangus will take the pitch for ball 1. Hangus with a line drive, his first at bat, 4 and out. I'll take the blame though. I got big shoulders. Lowry with the nod and the stretch and set. Hangus lays off, and we get ball 2. 2-0. And they're wanting the right fielder to now move towards center. Andrew Paradise out there making the adjustment. And that one's just across the shins, brings up ball 3 to Hango. Could see his pants waving with the wind of the baseball going by. Here's the 3-0. And Hangus will be walked to load the bases with 1 out. Bottom of the order, Dayton Bay comes to the plate, and this will bring out the pitching coach for a conference. Well, folks, if you're looking to upgrade your ride, you should check out our friends over at 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk in the door, you're going to be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their extended inventory to their experienced staff, they'll have you set up with the vehicle that's going to work best for you. You want to check them out? Well, view their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales, a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So we come to Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. Loaded bases and 1 out. Lowry set on the rubber. And the pitch upstairs for a ball. Now we've seen a visit by Hathaway out to see Connor Daniels, which resulted in Thomas Martin making his way to the bullpen. And Bay will lay off for ball 2, 2-0. And that will send a body down into the bullpen for the Chargers. So both bullpens seeing action early. And a pitch over the plate will bring up strike 1 to Dayton Bay. So he has 2-1 on the count. And I believe that's Logan Houston in the bullpen. Runner's going to go. Here's the bunt down the third base line. It will stay foul. Everybody will have to head back to their bases. And we're 2-2. Dayton Bay are 2-1. Now it is 2-2. I was behind. But Dayton Bay, he has been an interesting young man to watch. I mean, he has embraced his spot in the order. Not that any spot is more important than any other one, but he's got a big responsibility in that number 9 spot. Here's the 2-2. And Bay sends this one over the shortstop's head. It'll bounce in left field. The throw is made home, but Stensrud will score. Keeps the bases loaded, and the machine called the Missoula Mavericks clicks on with loaded bases to make it 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With 1 out, we swing to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill, loaded bases. Hill with the stretch and set. And Hill bounces this one out. Shortstop will have a play. The check to second, down the line to first, will not beat Hill, and it's a fielder's choice with a run scored. So we get Dane Frazier for the Mavericks. With 2 outs now. Brennan Hill at first, Hangus at third. Frazier. And the throw to first to have Hill hop back in, and with good reason. Hill, a sneaky, sneaky guy once he gets out there on the bases. Had to laugh in between games as telling Hill's dad the outfield is huge here, as a pitch over the plate to Frazier will bring up strike 1. I said, Brendan looks tiny out there. He says, well, Chris, Brendan is tiny. I said, no, not like that. Oh, 0-1 to Frazier. Back-to-back doubles as we have the throw to first. Frazier with an RBI, his first 2 at-bats. Here's the 0-1 by Lowry now. And Frazier will hold off to make it 1-1 on the count. Dane in the number 2 spot in the order. And he has been charging through the season. Ball pitch will allow Hill to advance to third, or to second. 2-1 to the right fielder. the stretch and set. And a pitch outside takes us to ball 3 to Frazier. Lowry, 69 pitches, 41 over the plate in his 2 2/3 innings. And Frazier will get the walk to load the bases for the Mavericks. And the machine continues to run with 2 outs. We come to Trad Richardson. And that will bring out the pitching coach, the young man in the bullpen jogging out. And I would assume we're going to have a pitching change here before Trad comes to the plate. We'll hold for a moment. And the baseball is handed over. So Lowry done on the mound. We'll come back and have your new face on the 5 Valley Auto Pitchers mound. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. It is the top of the 3rd inning. Mavericks with 3 runs scored to make it 7-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The new face on the 5 Valley Auto Pitchers mound for the Chargers is Logan Houston. So with Josh Lowry done, he is moved into right field, and Andrew Paradise is done for the day. So Houston on the mound, Lowry to right field. So we take a look at Josh Lowry's stats. 2 2/3 innings, 70 pitches, 41 over the plate, 7 runs off of 7 hits, 4 of those runs earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts, did not have a hit batter, finishes with a 10.5 ERA. So we get Houston now warming up. First batter that Houston will face will be Trad Richardson for the Mavericks. Loaded bases. 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Trad with 2 home runs under his belt on the season. This park will be a tough one to get one over the fence. 328 down the first base line. 325 down the third baseline, 368 to the gaps, and 415 to the big wall in center field. As the first pitch will come over the plate for strike 1 to Richardson. Richardson, back-to-back groundouts. Fresh mow on the field as we were coming in for the first game this morning. They were actually mowing, finishing up the outfield, and started on the infield when I came in the building. Kentucky Bluegrass is what it says is on the field out here. So Richardson settles in, 0-1 on the count, 2 outs, loaded bases. Frazier at first, Hill at second, and Hangus at third. And a pitch outside will take us even on the count at 1 apiece. Got a chance to meet Trad's aunt and uncle. I stayed with the Richardsons out at Trad's aunt and uncle. Thanks to Sam and Sherry for their generosity. As we'll have a pitch outside to bring up ball 2, 2-1. And they live just out of town here in Great Falls. Beautiful little place. They've got a bunch of happy little doggies. Here's the 2-1, and this one is over the shortstop or second baseman's head. Hangus is on his way. Hill grabs a gear. Hill is home, and Frazier will stand at third off of Richardson's single. And we get Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks. After the runs scored, make it 9-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Johnson reaching off an error his last at bat. An infield fly is first. Here's Houston with the pitch, and he's going to throw to first to stick Richardson. Travis Stouter, the first baseman. So Johnson settles in. 5 runs scored here in the top of the third for the Mavericks to take a 9-3 lead. Here's Johnson with a swing. It'll be foul. And we get strike 1. And a race for the foul ball will result in the Great Falls pitching coach outrunning Drew Stensrud behind the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's rolled out. Third baseman hops over his glove. It's going to go into left field. They'll go ahead and bring Richardson around. There's nobody at third, and Richardson will slide in just ahead of the ball. And our umpires look at each other and say safe for Trad Richardson. Off of the Bridger Johnson double. And no word. The Chargers manager comes up onto the warning track, and he's going to bark at the umpire. Now we'll get a talk. We had Hathaway discuss a questionable foul ball, and now a question at third on the slide by Richardson as he kind of fell down as he came in. We'll wait and see what the call is made. And they'll leave it. So, and I'm off here. Scoreboard says 11-3, but I've got 10-3. I'll have to double check that as we get a pitch over the plate for a ball 1 high in the zone. 1-0. Trad Richardson at third, Bridger Johnson at second. And a pitch comes in for ball 2 to Stuart Long. 2 outs, top of the third. Here's the stretch by Houston. Outside pitch brings up a ball. 3-0. I'll have to check in on that. I think the scoreboard might be wrong. Here's a racket right at the shortstop, not able to be picked up. Richardson will score. Johnson's right behind him, and the double will score 2 runs, or the single will score 2 runs for the to make it 12-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we come to Drew Stensrud. (12-3) Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Stensrud with a line drive into center field. It's in the glove, and that is the inning. So the Mavericks score 8 runs to make it 12-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the Chargers batting in the bottom of the third right after this.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, the Mavericks lead 12-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And they have updated the scoreboard here at the stadium to match 12-3. Connor Daniels back in on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. For the Chargers, it will be Andrew Paradise to lead things off.
First up for the Chargers, Andrew Paradise.
So Paradise at the plate, Lowry on deck, and Stouter in the hole. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And Paradise sends this one into the gap. Hill rides out there, but he won't be able to get to it. It'll hop down. Picked up by Johnson. The throw is made in, and a stand-up double starts the Chargers out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Josh Lowry.
This is Josh Lowry.
So Lowry settling in. Runner on, no outs, bottom of 3. And this one's hit the opposite way. Picked up by Frazier. Runner will hold, and it's runners on the corners off back-to-back hits by the Chargers. No outs. Travis Stouter, the first baseman now, at the plate. Richardson will signal the field with runners at first and third for the out. The Mavericks defensive set. Drew Stensrud at third. Stuart Long at shortstop. Dayton Bayes your second baseman, and Zach Angus at first. Trad Richardson behind the plate. That's the infield set. The outfield. Richard Johnson in left. Brennan Hill in center, and Dane Frazier is your right fielder. Connor Daniels, the pitcher. That's the defense set by the Mavericks. Here's the pitch, and that one will get away. Runner's going to advance, and Richardson will not make the throw. And we'll have ball 1. Runners at second and third now. Lowry at second, Paradise at third. Pitch comes in for ball 2. And we talked about it with Connor. This Great Falls team is scrappy. You can't let them back. They will find a way as this one's lifted into that gap. into left field. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Paradise will score. Lowry will score. The throw is made and a slide into third by Stouter, and it's 2 runs scored off the triple. (12-5), and Hathaway will come out, and that will be the end of the day for Connor Daniels. So we will see T-Ray Thomas Martin out for the Mavericks. Will step aside with the pitching change. Mavericks lead 12-5.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get T-Ray Thomas Martin on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And T-Ray will deliver ball 1. For Connor Daniels, 2 innings pitched, 47 pitches as this one is over the plate to go 1-1 on the count. 24 over the plate, 5 runs off of 6 hits, 4 runs earned, no strikeouts, 2 walks as this one's banged foul. And we get 1-2 on the count. Connor Daniels finishing with an ERA of 14. And we'll go even on the count at 2 apiece. So Thomas Martin coming in for Connor Daniels. He came in last night and had a couple of good innings for the Mavericks. A reach on the foul ball keeps us at 2-2. But Thomas Martin, a 6 foot, 170-pound graduate of Sentinel High School in 2019. As this one's popped into right field, Frazier will have the stick, and the runner at third, Stouter, will hold, and the pop fly will bring up the first out of the inning. We go to Braden Hurst. Hurst settling in. Third baseman, Travis Stouter at third. And T-Ray will deliver over the plate for strike 1. Martin will take his talents to Miles City as Richardson keeps the ball in front of him. Make it 1-1 on the count. He'll follow his brother James to MCC, Miles Community College. James is actually going to be moving on as we get ball 2, 2-1. As he'll go, James is going to Mary. Inside pitch brings up ball 3, 3-1. But he's been a utility player for the Mavericks this year. He's been limited on the pitcher's mound, as a walk will put runners on the corners. And we go to Hunter Houck. Actually, no, not Hunter Houck, Logan Houston.
In batter's box number 4, Logan Houston.
So 1 on at first, a runner at third, as Hangus not able to pick this one up. Rolls out to right field. Stouter will score. And there's runners at first and second. And it's 12-6 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the order, Keaton Clark for the Chargers. Thomas Martin will deliver outside for ball 1. Every game, every pitch important. The Mavericks trying to stay on top. Great Falls trying to find themselves a better spot, as this one's popped up shallow into right field. Dayton Bay will put the glove on it, and the pop fly will be the second out of the inning. Swings us to the top of the order for the Chargers. Cal Cromwell, 2 outs, runners at first and second, 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the third. Thomas Martin with a pitch for ball 1. For Cromwell, reached off an error and a single. We'll bring up ball 2 now, 2-0. Both teams making a change on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound. Pitch over the plate gets Martin into the count at 2-1. Was talking to Thomas's dad, Charlie, in between games, and he's excited. Both his boys playing at the collegiate level. One following the footsteps, the younger following the footsteps of the older. And we'll bring up ball 3 on that pitch as we get a check to our field umpire. Derek Spring in the on deck with 2 outs, and a walk will load the bases up for the Chargers. So Derek Spring will come to the plate with loaded bases and 2 outs for the Chargers. Bottom of the third, Chargers with 3 runs scored to make it 12-6 Mavericks. Martin will have the quick glove. He'll toss it to Hangus. Hangus on the bag, and that will end the inning. Mavericks get to bat. Top of the 4th coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as the Mavericks lead 12-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it is Caden Jordan to lead off the innings. So bottom of the order, Jordan Hengis on deck and Bay in the hole. Logan Houston on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. For Jordan, a ground out and a single, his 2 at-bats today. Here's Houston with the 1-0, and he'll bring in ball 2. Sun coming out here in Great Falls. And it looks like that system is possibly going to miss us. We will more than likely get all 7 in here. Ball 3 to Jordan. And a pitch over the plate will bring in Houston on the count, 3-1. But it looks like that system that looked like it was going to work its way here has bailed off to the east. So Jordan will be walked for the Mavericks to start the inning. We come to Zach Hengis. Hathaway with the signal. Brent Hathaway, 29 seasons with the Missoula Mavericks. Mavericks having a sweep of the Royals and the Scarlets this year. As we get a throw to first. Hathaway saying he can't remember the last time that happened. Sweeping both Billings teams in one season. So Hengis will settle in, waits for his first pitch of the inning, and Houston will deliver. Upstairs, Hengis will back out for ball 1. Not sure if it's Hengis's little brother or who it is, but the boys having some fun with the young man that's with Mr. Hengis here while the rainout was going on. Pitch upstairs, makes ball 2. They were mimicking pitching, and the young man was catching. Handful of boys participating in that for the Mavericks. Great to see them have fun with the younger kids. Here's the 2-0. And that one's just across the thighs for ball 3. Hengis, a line drive and a walk on his game. Here's the pitch, and Hengis will duck. A walk will put runners at first and second, and no outs for the Mavericks. Dayton Bay, bottom of the order for the Mavericks, and that's going to bring out the pitching coach for the Chargers. So the Mavericks finish up their trip to Great Falls with this game. And then it's a doubleheader at home against the Moose Monarchs on Monday night. 5 o'clock first pitch. Folks, get out to Lindbergh Craig Field. Plan an evening with the family. They've got concession stands there. Don't worry about dinner. Just bring the kids. Come out. and enjoy some good food, some good fun at the ballpark. And then on Tuesday, it's a single game, 1 o'clock first pitch. Mavericks' last home game will be Wednesday night as the Bozeman Bucks will be in town, and that is going to be a exciting one as both teams are fighting for that top spot, splitting the series so far on the season. The Mavericks won the first, Bozeman won the second, so game 3 will be a big one. Dayton Bay now ready with runners at first and second. And a bunt laid down by Bay will be foul. And we'll have strike one. There is an arm up in the bullpen for the Chargers. Trying to get a view on that. Turn just right where you can't see the front or the back of the jersey. And that looks like number 3 warming up. 0-1 on the count. Bay bounces this one to the third baseman. He'll make the throw to first, and Dayton Bay will not beat the ball. Runners will advance to second and third, and that's the first out of the inning. Swings us to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill with 1 out, runners at second and third. And possibly Chaz Stevens in the bullpen warming up for the Chargers. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Here is Houston to Hill. And it'll be a ball. Clark will chase it down. Runners will stay. For Hill, reaching off an error, a walk, and then a fielder's choice. His last at-bat. Caden Jordan at third. Zach Hangus at first. Here's the pitch by Houston. And Hill down the first base line. Looked like it was going to be good, but it's a foul ball, and we'll have strike one. Then the Mavericks go on the road Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to Lethbridge. And then the Helena Senators non-conference game on the 24th to finish out the season. State coming up as this one's punched straight up in the air over second. Second baseman will have it, and there's 2 away as the runners will hold on the infield fly.
Out number 2.
So that'll bring up Dane Frazier for the Mavericks.
At the plate, number 7, Dane Frazier.
Frazier. Takes the first swing, and this one's into right field. It's got lots of leg. Right fielder searching for it and has it in the glove. And the Mavericks will have a goose egg on the scoreboard for the first time. They're held off the board. It stays 12-6. Bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. It is the bottom of the fourth inning. Mavericks lead 12-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And I was just corrected on the young man in the bullpen for the Chargers, Josie Hinderegger. So it's a 30, not a 3. Thomas Martin stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. And the Chargers will have their 3-4-5 batters. Andrew Paradise to lead off. Josh Lowry on deck and Travis Stouter in the hole. Here's T-Ray with the first pitch of the inning, and it's sent into center field. Hill will come up on it. It'll hop, and the line drive into center field will put a runner on for the Chargers. Mavericks with 12 runs here in the fifth, but you cannot, or in the fourth, but you cannot sleep on these Chargers. They are a gritty team that will fight back as we get Josh Lowry at the plate. And T-Ray will deliver ball 1. For Lowry, a walk and a single. As Martin will deliver ball 2, 2-0. Martin, a multifaceted player for the Mavericks, and that's something you just have to do with Legion Baseball, is a throw to first is made. Pitch over the plate, brings up strike 1, 2-1. We would see Thomas Martin debut at the AA level during the Memorial Tournament in 2018. Memorial Day Tournament. He would have it on Memorial Day, his debut. Coming into relief pitch as we get ball 3, 3-1. And then last year he was on that 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks in regular rotation. This year we've seen limited play by Martin at the pitcher's mound, as a pitch over the plate will take us to a full count at 3-2. He battled for the second base spot, and then with altercation or changes in the lineup, well, he's been finding himself in the outfield, and a walk will put runners at first and second with no outs for the Chargers. Brings up Travis Stouter. And we're getting somebody booted out of here. Hathaway will come out and discuss it. And Hathaway not happy about it. And Hathaway is gone for the Mavericks. Not happy with the call on the game. And he'll be escorted out of the facility. So Brian Mosier will take over the duties for Coach Hathaway. That's the second time this season that Hathaway has been asked to leave the game. Our umpire not happy with Hathaway's comments as questionable calls have been made. Both sides. Hathaway expressing his feelings, though. So that takes us to Stouter, and T-Ray will deliver a ball, 1-0 for the Chargers. They'll have Lowry at first and Andrew Paradise. This one's into center field. Hill with a back pedal. He'll put it in the glove. Runner at second will tag. Throw is made, and it's 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. And that brings up Tyler Marr for the Chargers. 1 out, runners on the corners. Richardson with the signal. T-Ray with the hit. This one's into center field. Hill will play up on it. It's going to bounce over Hill's glove. Runner from third will come home. Runner from first rounds the corner as the throw is made. And Stensrud back to second. And it will be a double for Marr with an RBI. And the Chargers will make it 12-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Takes us to Braden Hurst for the Chargers. Hurst, the center fielder, in the number 8 spot, or number 7 spot in the order. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Pitch upstairs, brings up ball 1. Martin with the stretch and set. Richardson keeping in front of him, and we'll have ball 2, 2-0. Hurst, back-to-back walks. Here's Martin now with the pitch. Upstairs, we'll bring up ball 3. 3-0. 1 out, as I need to mark that on the board. And more arms heading down to the bullpen. A walk will load the bases.
Base on balls for Braden Hurst.
So with Hurst walking down the first base line off of the walk, brings up Logan Hurst, Houston, and that will bring out Brian Mosier to check in with Thomas Martin. And this will be just a conference between Martin and Richardson. We get to work with some great people here at Missoula Prep Sports Network that support our youth sports heroes. One of those is celebrating an anniversary this year. That would be Tip Coburn and Associates, who have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense law and in other areas for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today if you need some advice legally at 406-549-5186, or stop by their website at www.tcsattorneys.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959 and proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Conference over. T-Ray will deliver a pitch over the plate to Houston for strike 1. Loaded bases, 1 out. Hurst at first, Marr at second, and Lowry at third. Here's the 0-1, and it's bounced past Stensrud all the way down the line as it kisses. 1 run will score. The throw is made home, and Richardson will have to back off. He'll make the tag. They'll say safe. Runners will advance to second and third, and it's a 2-run double for Houston. Houston. And as I was saying, you cannot sleep on this Chargers. It's now 12-9 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 3 runs scored here in the 4th. 1 out. And this one's popped up. Richardson says he can get to it, and it's along the fencing. He's just short, and we'll have a foul ball to bring up strike 1.
Good effort by the catcher. In the batter's box, 0-0. This is Keaton Clark.
So Keaton Clark, 0-1 on the count. Richardson with a good play on the ball, popped off, but into the netting, and well, that netting comes up very quickly. Martin now with the stretch and set. Richardson with a good job keeping the ball in front of him, and we go even on the count at 1 apiece. Logan Houston at second, Braden Hurst at third. That's what confused me when I looked down at my thing here. I saw the H, and it confused me. It was Houston with that last double. This one's a rocket into the gap. This one's got lots of leg as it'll come down at the warning track. Hurst will score. Houston is brought around, and it will come to third with a tag, and the runner will be out, but not before 2 runs are scored. And it's now a 1-run game. Two outs sends us to the top of the order. Cal Cromwell, and Cromwell will receive strike 1. Foul ball. Will take us to strike 2. 0-2 on the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th. 5 runs scored by the Chargers here in the 4th to make it 12-11 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we get ball 1 now. 1-2. Martin with the pitch. And a bouncer. Stensrud will have this one in the gut. The throw to first, and the inning is over. Not before the Chargers come flying in to make it 12-11 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll have the Mavericks batting in the top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournament.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Top of the 5th inning in a tight game. 12-11 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks leading the Chargers by 1 run. It is Logan Houston on the 5 Valley Yellow pitcher's mound. The Mavericks will have their 3, 4, 5 batters. Trad Richardson at the plate. Bridget Johnson on deck and Stuart Long in the hole. So Houston warming up with Clark as we get ready to go. 5 runs scored by the Chargers in the bottom of the 4th. 5 in the 4th, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 1st, to make it 11 runs off 11 hits. For the Mavericks, it's 2 runs in the 1st, 2 runs in the 2nd, a big inning in the 3rd with 8 runs to make it 12 runs off of 10 hits. Richardson's ready to go. Houston will toss the first pitch of the inning, and he'll deliver outside for ball 1. Surprise development as Brent Hathaway, the Mavericks manager, asked to leave the game as we come back outside 2-0 to Richardson. So we've got Mosier at third calling the game. Here's the 2-0. And Frazier holding off to make it 3-0. We do have arms in the Chargers bullpen. And Richardson ducking out of the way for the walk. And the Mavericks will start with a runner here in the 5th. And the Chargers manager will trot on out. to check in with his pitcher. The infield comes in. Is this the end? And it is, as the ball is handed over. We'll have a fresh face on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we get a change on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound. And coming in to pitch, actually sliding over from the second base spot, is Derek Spring, and Josh Banderob will come in for the Chargers. And Bridger Johnson will be the first batter that Spring will face. So Spring set on the rubber, and he'll throw his first pitch of the game. Johnson will let it go, and we'll have strike one. No outs, top of the 5th. Trad Richardson at first, off the walk. For Johnson, infield fly, an error, and a double as the toss is made to first, and Richardson hops back to the bag. Spring now with the stretch and set. And a throw. Trying to keep Richardson over there at third. 1-run lead for the Mavericks, 12-11 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll see how aggressive Mosier becomes. And a bouncer picked up by the shortstop. The toss to second, and the throw to first is just ahead of Johnson. That's 2 outs to clear the bases on the double play. Takes us to Stuart Long with 2 quick outs. And the base is cleared. Pitch upstairs by Spring will bring up ball 1. And Derek Spring is another one of those veteran players for this Chargers squad, as he'll deliver ball 2, 2-0. Spring very familiar with these Maverick players. As a pitch upstairs will take us to ball 3. Chargers turning the double play to clear the bases on the Mavericks. And Stuart Long gets put at first off the walk. So So Drew Stensrud will come to the plate with 2 outs for the Mavericks.
Number 5 in the batter's box, this is Drew Stensrud.
Stensrud settling in. Long steps away from first. And Stensrud with a shallow pop, and the left fielder will come up and get it in the glove. That's 3 away with 1 left behind, and it stays 12-11 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of 5th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Bottom of the 5th here in Great Falls. A tight game before the Missoula Mavericks and the Great Falls Chargers. A new face on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Stuart Long will come in for Thomas Martin and toss baseballs for the Mavericks from the pitcher's mound. So we'll bring up Thomas Martin's stats here as the Mavericks fend off and try to make it to the finish over the Chargers. So Thomas Martin, 2 innings pitched. He would have 43 total pitches, 21 over the plate. 5 runs off of 5 hits, all 5 earned, no strikeouts, 4 walks. Did not hit a batter and finishes with an ERA of 17.5. So we get Stuart Long.
On the mound now for Missoula.
He'll warm up, and it looks like
Behind the plate catching.
Andrew Clausen is catching. And Trad Richardson has made his way to the shortstop position. So the changes: Stuart Long on the mound, Trad Richardson at third, and Andrew Clausen behind the plate defensively for the Mavericks. For the Chargers, Derek Spring to lead off, Andrew Paradise in the on-deck circle, and Josh Lowry in the hole. Stewart and Andrew will have an exchange. Andrew Clausen with the gear back on. He would be catching in the first game for the Mavericks. Here's the first pitch by Long. It'll be outside for a ball to the left-hander. This one comes off the bat awkwardly. Foul ball brings up strike 1, and we're 1-1 on the count. This one will head down the third base line. We stay foul, and it's 1-2 on the count to Spring. Spring with a fielder's choice and back-to-back groundouts. And they're going to wait for Connor Daniels to clear the baseball out of the outfield. So Stuart Long ahead in the count, 1-2. Makes it even at 2 apiece on the pitch outside. So your Mavericks defensive set: Stensrud at third, Richardson at short now, Dayton Bay at second, Hangus at first as this one's popped down the third base line, and a great job by Bridger Johnson to come in to put it in the glove, and there's one out on the pop fly. Johnson riding in from his left field position as we get Andrew Paradise now with one away.
Stepping up to the plate for 33, here's Andrew Paradise.
Paradise starts out with a foul ball to bring up strike one. Top of the fifth, scheduled for 7. Tight race, 12-11 Mavericks. Here's a ride into left field, and Bridger Johnson's going to get work. This one's over Johnson's head. It's over the wall, and it's a single shot home run for Paradise. And it's tied at 12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard after the dinger by Paradise. Josh Lowry now at the plate, tied at 12. That one going over the subway sign in left field. And Lowry off the bat into the glove of Trad Richardson, and the line drive will be the second out of the inning. So we get Travis Stouter as the umpire wants the bat cleared out of play. Here's Long with the pitch and over the plate for strike one. One and one now. Stuart Long, Travis Stouter at the plate. He's got fielder's choice, a triple and a sac fly under his belt for game number 2. He'll swing, foul ball. Takes us to 1-2. Tyler Marr in the on-deck circle. Pitch behind Stouter will bring up ball 2, 2-2 on the count. And a tagged batter. And it will be a hit by pitch. So with 2 outs, the Chargers will have a runner at first with Tyler Marr coming to the plate. 1 run scored here in the bottom of the 5th to tie it at 12. Andrew Paradise taking the ball for a ride over the fence. Long now with the pitch. Runner's going to go. Clausen with the throw and the tag, and they will say that is the inning. So Stouter trying to get the base, gets tagged out, and it's just the 1 run. Top of the 6th to try to break the tie. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN as we come to the top of the 6th inning. Mavericks and Chargers tied at 12 apiece for the Mavericks. We'll have Andrew Clausen at the plate coming in for Caden Jordan, so the designated hitter is gone. And Clausen will have his first plate appearance of the game. Derek Spring continues his time on the 5 Valley Idlers pitcher's mound, and it's a swinging strike for Clausen. Bottom of the order, Clausen at the plate, Hangus on deck, and Dayton Bay in the hole. And this one's going to come off the bat, foul. Brings up strike 2, 0-2. Spring will ask for a new baseball and gets it. 0-2 to Clausen. And Clausen will take the pitch for ball 1. 1-2. Saw the Clausens here. They're cheering on the Mavericks and Andrew. And Andrew pops this one over short. Shortstop's back there, and he'll hold on to it. Cromwell with a good play, and the pop fly will be the first out of the inning. Takes the Mavericks to Zach Hangus. 1 out, nobody on. For Hangus, a line drive, and then he's been walked twice. This pitch will be over the plate for a strike. For Derek Spring, he's got 12 pitches in his time on the mound, 7 of them over the plate. He would come in for Houston. And this one's into right field. Right fielder trying to track it down and cannot get to it. Zach Hangus is at first for the Mavericks with 1 out. Takes us to Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. One out, 1 on. Mavericks looking to break the tie. 12-12. Pitch brings up ball 1. Mosier at third, given the signal. Mosier, a former Maverick and a longtime assistant for Missoula for Hathaway. As Spring will make the throw to first, and Hangus will have to dust himself off. Bay, back-to-back singles and a ground out on his game. He'll have the bunt, and this one's going to be fouled hard into the dugout down the third base line, and will be even on the count at 1 apiece. And with the, I have to say, since Hathaway has been asked to leave, our umpire has cleaned up his calls slightly, not 100%, but they're better. So maybe that was a better thing than everybody thought. Get a cleaner game. Here's 1-1 by Spring. And Bay punches this one straight up in the air. Clark is looking for it, puts it in the glove, and Dayton Bay will be out on the pop behind the plate. Swings the Mavericks to the top of the order. Brendan Hill with 2 outs and a runner at first.
Back up to the top of the order, here's number 3, Brandon Hill.
Hill gets a signal from Mosier. Here's the pitch by Spring. Over the plate for strike 1. Angus at first. Outside pitch brings up ball 1. That was one of those pitches I thought our umpire was going to give us a strike call, but he'll make it ball. 1-1 on the count. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle. And that one was almost a tag on Hill. It'll bring up ball 2, 2-1. I thought that one did tag him. Two outs, runner at first. Here's the 2-1 by Spring. Hill showing bunt, backs off, and we'll get ball 3. Tied at 12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, top of the 6th. The Chargers have put runs on every inning so far. And Hill is walked, puts runners at first and second for Dane Frazier. And that will bring out the pitching coach, or the head coach for the Chargers. We'll see if this is a change as the infield comes in together. And the coach is not asking for the ball. Looking for a great place to work out? Well, the only gym from Montana for Montana is Fuel Fitness. With 6 locations throughout the state, you can get your fuel on when you're on the go. Check them out at www.clubfitness.com for a location near you and get started today. Fuel Fitness is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana. So, a quick meeting on the mound before Dane Frazier. Frazier settles in. Hangus at second, Hill at first. Spring taking his time, now the stretch and set. Pitch outside, brings up a ball. For Dane Frazier, it was back-to-back doubles, a walk and then a flyout here in game 2 on the day. Mavericks looking to break the tie. It's tied at 12 apiece. And a pitch over the plate will bring up strike 1, 1-1 on the count to Dane Frazier. Spring now with the stretch and set. And it'll bring up ball 2. 2-1. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. And Frazier with a hard hit ball into center field, a back pedal by Hurst. It's in the glove, and that is the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 12. Chargers bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City.
What?
New York City!
Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 12 apiece. On the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard for the Chargers, it will be the 6, 7, 8 batters, Tyler Marr, Braden Hurst, and Logan Houston. The Mavericks will have Stuart Long on duty on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So Marr will come back, the inning over off of a stolen base. So Marr gets another chance. Stuart Long delivers over the plate for strike one. Pitch in the dirt. Brings up ball one. 1-1 on the count. We are 2 hours and 11 minutes into the game here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's a line drive just past Stensrud. It's going to go deep in the corner as Bridger Johnson chases it down. He'll make the throw, and Marr will stand at second off of the double. Brings up Braden Hurst for the Chargers. No outs and a runner at first. Long with the pitch now. Bunt showing, and it'll be ball one for Hurst. Braden Hurst, a trio of walks on the day. Or on the game. Here's the stretch by Long. And a pitch upstairs brings up a ball. Two 2-0. Long with the pitch now. And we'll go 3-0 on the count. Stuart Long on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, moved over from the shortstop position. And he'll walk the batter to put runners at first and second to start the bottom of the sixth. That'll bring up
brings to the plate number 3, here's Josh Vanderrob.
Josh Vanderrob. And Mosier will come out, and it looks like Stensrud is going to make his way to the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. We'll see how things transpire. Mosier comes up, and it looks like this might just be a meeting on the mound. Mosier out there with the entire infield. Our blind plate umpire will go out and try to break it up. And they're going to have a runner come out for Marr. Fox Weymouth. Stuart Long will continue. Change made with the runner. Fox Weymouth at second now. Braden Hurst at first, and Josh Vanderrob to bat for the first time on the game. Umpire done making notes, so Vanderrob will step in. Mavericks back in action on Monday. Doubleheader against Medicine Hat. And Richardson's going to come in. The bunt laid down. Richardson will pick it up. The throw to third across will not be made, and the fielder's choice will take out the lead runner. Great play by Richardson to come up and pick that one up. Brings up Hayden Clark now with one out. Keaton Clark settles in the box. Runners at first and second, and Clark will foul off the ball to make it strike one. One out, tied at 12, bottom of the sixth. Chargers have scored runs in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth to make it to tie game at 12. Pitch by Long brings up ball 1, 1-1 on the count. The Mavericks, well, they put 2 runs up in the first, 2 runs in the second, 8 in the third, and have been held to goose eggs since. And the pitch gets away from Clausen, advancing runners to second and third now. And it'll be ball 2, 2-1 on the count. And it looks like infield expecting another bunt as Stensrud has come up inside the fringe, and Richardson, as this one's bounced to Stensrud, he'll look, holding the runner, the throw to first, now down the line to home, and the out at home will end the inning on the double play. Or did he get him out at first? They're going to say safe at first. Time is called. Wow. Well, they'll get the out at the plate. That's the important one.
Runner taking first, runner out at home.
So we swing to the top of the order to Cal Cromwell with the run at home saved. Cromwell holding strong at that shortstop position. First pitch by Long will be in for a ball. 2 outs now. I thought for sure they had the out at first, but our field umpire says safe. The important one was at the plate. Here's Long with the pitch. And he'll slide it over the plate for strike 1. 1-1 on the count. Yes, Paul, I did. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Brings up ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Long with the stretch and set. And we'll go to 3-1. Here's the pitch. And it's a walk to load the bases with 2 outs. Brings up Derek Spring now for the Chargers.
At the plate, number 12, Derek Spring.
Loaded bases and 2 outs. Tied at 12, bottom of 6. Mavericks trying to hold the Chargers to their first goose egg of the game. And a pitch comes in for ball 1. Looked like a good pitch. Spring will take the pitch for strike 1. 1-1 on the count. Long with the pitch. And a roller. Hangus will have it in the glove. The toss to Long. Long will beat the runner to the bag, and that will end the inning. The Chargers are held to their first goose egg on an inning. We go to the top of the 7th, tied at 12. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Three and 0 to Stuart Long. 2 outs. Tied at 12. Long with a foul ball. Brings up strike one. 3-1 on the count. Derek Spring on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. He'll have the stretch and set. And another foul ball out of play. Brings us to a full count. 3-2. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Dane Frazier warming up in the 5 Valley Auto, or in the bullpen, I apologize. 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound is taken up by Derek Spring right now for the Chargers. Stewart with a knuckleball off the bat, goes foul, and we stay at 3-2. Umpire asking for baseballs. Looks like Frazier is done. Here's Spring with the 3-2. And Long will be walked. So the Mavericks will have a runner at first for Drew Stensrud. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Stensrud getting the signal from Mosier, who is now the third base coach after Hathaway was asked to leave. Sometimes the truth hurts the umpires and they can't take it. Spring with the pitch. Upstairs. Ball 1. Stensrud on the game, a fielder's choice, a single and back-to-back line drives. This one is over the second baseman's head into center field. Long is going to grab a gear at second. He's on his way to third. The throw will be made, and the Mavericks will have a threat at third with 2 outs. Takes us to Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks. And a look at Spring by the Chargers manager. He'll come out. Infield comes in. And looks like this will just be a conference for the infield. Well, folks, tomorrow is supposed to be a gorgeous day. Before you head out to do what you're going to be doing, or maybe you have your barbecue, stop over our friends at Fast Trip Conoco. They've got they are a one-stop shop convenience store. Whether you're looking to fuel up before you head out of town, or maybe you need to grab some drinks and some ice for the barbecue tomorrow afternoon, well, Fast Trip Conoco is your one-stop shop for that. Heading out of town, want to make your car look good? Well, they've got Magic Touch Car Wash right there in the parking lot. Magic Touch Car Wash, Fast Trip Conoco, located across from Larchmont Golf Course on South Reserve. Proud sponsors of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Runners on the corners for the Mavericks, 2 outs, top of 7, as Andrew Clausen comes to the plate. Derek Spring with the pitch, and Clausen will let her go for a ball. Clausen, a fly out, his first at bat. Mavericks looking to pull a win out for their manager. Pitch inside, brings up ball 2, 2-0. The important thing for Andrew Clausen with this at bat is to be patient. Nothing over the wrist. Here's the pitch. And we'll get ball 3. 3-0. Stuart Long stands at third. Drew Stensrud at first. 2 outs. Here's the 3-0 to Clausen. And he'll take the pitch for strike 1. 3-1 on the count. Tie game at 12. Top of 7. Chargers would make the rest of the league extremely happy with a loss, and it's a walk to load the bases now for the Mavericks as Zach Hangus comes to the plate, and that brings out the Chargers manager. And I imagine we will see a change on the mound for Hangus. This will be the second visit in an inning. And the ball is handed over. So we'll have a change on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound when we come back. Mavericks, Chargers, tied at 12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own.
Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. It is Cal Cromwell on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Zach Hangus at the plate. The wild pitch will bring home Stuart Long, and the Mavericks retake the lead. 13-12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 2-0 on the count to Hangus. And Hangus will foul this one back into himself for strike two, 2-1 on the count. Mavericks lead 13-12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Their first run since the third inning. Runners at second and third. Clausen at second, Stensrud at third, and a swing by Hango will bring us to 2-2 on the count. Dayton Bay in the on-deck circle. And Cromwell will make it a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch by Cromwell. And that's 3 to end the inning. Hangus thought he had the walk. A comment to the umpire, and we have the Mavericks leading going into the final half frame. 13-12. Chargers up next.
Hey, are you going to try that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
No way. They don't care what we eat. They serve pizza and bagels, and the owners are in New York City.
What? New York City? That really tans my hide.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN as we come to the bottom of the seventh inning. Mavericks lead 13-12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Stuart Long back on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And folks, this is what I love about this team this year. Stuart Long came out of the dugout. Brendan Hill right behind him. Hill grabs him right at the white line on the third baseline, puts his arm around Stuart Long, and spends about 40 seconds encouraging Stuart Long, a hefty slap to the backside, and Hill jogged out to center field. That is team leadership, and that's what this Maverick team is all about this year, is camaraderie. Hill encouraging his pitcher. So we come to Andrew Paradise for The Chargers, Mavericks lead 13-12 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Long's first pitch over the plate for strike one. Now Paradise, his last at bat would send the ball over the fence. This one he's going to hit awkwardly, picked up by Bay on the bounce. The throw to first, Hangus sticks the bag, and we've got one away. Brings up Josh Lowry for the Chargers. And I was talking to some of the Charger parents, and one of them told me that the Chargers have lost 10 conference games off of 2 runs or less. Pitch inside to Lowry will be ball one. 11 games, 3 runs or less. Here's the 1-0 by Long. And a roller. Richardson's going to get there. Nope, it's going to be into center field. And the tying run will be at first off the single by Lowry. Brings up Travis Stouter.
Number 20, Travis Stouter.
Stouter settles in, 1 out, 1 on. Long with the pitch, and he'll bring it in outside for ball one. 1 out, Lowry at first. Tying run, Mavericks lead 13-12 here in the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball will bring up strike one for Stouter. Fielder's choice, a triple, a sac fly, and then was hit by a pitch on the game for Stouter. Here's the 1-1. Brings up ball 2. Now we did see Dane Frazier in the bullpen warming up when the Mavericks were at bat last. If Stewie gets behind here, I imagine we'll see Frazier throw to first, high throw. Hangus able to pick it off, so it didn't get away. Fox, Weymouth, and a swing will bring up strike two. 2-2 on the count. Weymouth in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on. Long with the pitch, and a bouncer foul will keep us at 2-2. So the Mavericks coming up with a run when it matters. Top of the 7th, tied at 12 to make it 13-12. Stuart Long scoring that run and is now trying to hold off and hold that. And here's a swing on a drop, third strike. They'll throw to second, and it's off course. And there'll be 2 outs. For the Chargers. And it's Cameron McNamee at the plate for the Chargers. 2 outs and a runner at second. McNamee pitched in the game before this one. Long will deliver ball 1 to McNamee. Kind of a cool connection here for the Chargers with McNamee, as we have a McNamee in the dugout coaching, a McNamee at the plate, and then the PA announcer is a McNamee as well. So a trio of McNamees. Here's a foul ball off of Clausen's helmet. bring up strike one. 1-1 on the count. 2 outs, tying run at second now for the Chargers. Here's the pitch by Long, and it's swung on, and that will be strike 2. 1-2. Clausen looking to the dugout to get the pitch, sends it out to Long. Long now with the stretch. And a foul ball keeps us at 1-2. McNamee could step up here and be a hero for the Chargers. Be a hero for the league to hand the Mavericks a loss. And this one's going to be off the toe.
Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. They will have the runner stay at second, as the umpire will point for Lowry to go back to second. Brings up Braden Hurst.
Up next in the batter's box, number 7.
And they will actually bring in a runner for McNamee, as number 25, Brennan Clements, will come in to run. And our umpire taking a moment to write down the change on the runner. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. So Braden Hurst settles in. He's got a quad of walks. He's been walked all 4 times he's been to the plate today. Here's Long now with the pitch. And he'll come upstairs for ball 1. Lowry with the heavy lead at second. Clement stepping out from first. Here's the 1-0. And a pop into right field. Frazier is there. He will put it in the glove, and the Mavericks will come away with the win over the Great Falls Chargers to make it 2-1 on the 3-game series. The Mavericks get the win 13-12, 13 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and 10 runners left behind. The Chargers, 12 runs off of 15 hits. They would have 2 errors and left 2 behind. So the Mavericks back in action on Monday night, doubleheader against the Moose Monarchs. I will speak to you folks on Monday night. Enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Wee!